Went to grade schools and she was targeting kids.
So surprising to everybody involved, just because it was like the North Shore of Chicago, and we just never had any kind of real criminal things happen. And that this person, Lori Dan, seemed like a very, I guess, normal person from the outside, just like a housewife from the northern suburbs, and you just didn't imagine that somebody like that could do what she did. So there wasn't any kind of planned lockdown. We didn't have a procedure for any kind of gunmen, or I'm not sure what they call them, terror. But they made an announcement and said they weren't letting anybody out of the school.
And they had pretty much like they have now, where, there's only one entrance you can get in. And I think they had a police presence there for a long time, like an officer on the site, to make the kids feel more comfortable.
Not like today. There was no procedures in place. We never practiced anything. We were just kind of ushered into the gym.
I was really touched by the entire situation, and my dad and I actually went to the funeral of Nick Corwin. We just thought it was really important that we paid our respects, so we actually attended the funeral, and the burial. We drove to wherever the burial was, and it was extremely sad and extremely moving, and it was just, there were so many people there. It was just very, like I said, very moving and just extremely, extremely sad.
I had never met her, so it wouldn't really been real appropriate for me to go visit her, because she was probably so emotionally fragile. That was, she was going to survive, her wrist was healing, but as I said earlier, the big concern was really her emotional status at that point.
I mean, I remember the entire situation that went on at the school, because I was like 18 years old when it happened. I know that there were a lot of younger kids at Hubbard Woods School that, like, they didn't go to school for a few weeks just because they were so traumatized. And I think that I know that they provided counseling for a lot of those kids. I think we did start more awareness on the topic. However, nothing like it is today. I mean, 30 years ago, it was a completely different situation. It's a lot more heightened now. They have a lot more procedures now. But I definitely think it impacted the schools and made them think about security. Well, I think most of these school shootings, I think they're all, unfortunately, they still happen even though they have so many precautions in place.
So a soft lockdown is the least restrictive of the two. So a soft lockdown is basically there's some sort of a threat or danger that's outside of the school. And so we just make sure that there's nobody that's going in or out of the building, but that the school inside just stays in session. We have a normal school day without people coming in or out of the building. So no visitors on those days. For hard lockdown, the school is completely shut down. Classroom doors are closed, windows are closed, lights are turned off. The students and teachers are instructed to hide in a back corner of the classroom or somewhere that's out of sight so that they can't be seen from any of the windows that go out to the hallways. We have to be very quiet, they have to be silent. And the purpose of those drills is if there's a threat that's inside of the building. After every school shooting occurs, we look at the event, and so we talk about them. We look at our safety plans that we have in place, and we see if changes are needed at that point. Luckily, we have a pretty robust plan in place to where we haven't had to change it. Schools have gotten considerably more prepared over the years. So it's tough. The hard lockdown drills are tough. Because again, we're trying to play with that line of making kids scared to come to school versus having kids very, very prepared. Unfortunately, it's hard to have it both ways. But it's really important, and kids need to take it seriously. I know as a middle schooler, it's hard to do that, but it's important. It's unfortunate that we have to practice those, but we do. So.